everyone. It's Josh Sebo here, the COO of OfferVault.com, the world's largest affiliate offer search engine. Subscribe to our channel for more great interviews, the latest affiliate news, and free training. Today, we have another very special guest on the show. He's the VP of Operations at RevenueAds, one of the longest advertising clients on OfferVault.com. Please help me welcome to the show, Dylan Stout. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, man?
Hi, everyone. I'm good. Good. Just stuck inside right now, probably like mostly everybody is. But yeah, everything else is great.
Yeah. How's the home life treating you?
It's been good. It's it's a new challenge. We typically work from the office, so getting used to my little ones coming up here and wanting to show me pictures and stuff. It's good and bad because that's a great thing to be able to experience on a daily basis, but trying to balance that with all the work stuff can be quite the challenge sometimes. But overall, I think it's been good.
Awesome. So before you were the VP of Operations at RevenueAds, I'd love to hear a little bit about your backstory, some jobs you were working before you got into the internet marketing industry, which will kind of help us segue to where you are today. So what were you doing before affiliate marketing?
So right before I started affiliate marketing, in my early 20s, I was working for Redbox. So I was one of the first employees they hired here in Oklahoma. They were still kind of new, probably 13, 14 years ago. And they hired me to kind of fix the machines and put the DVDs in, do that sort of thing, change out the artwork on the machines that everybody goes to and picks out their movies. So that was my job before I started doing affiliate marketing.
And then how did that transition into affiliate marketing? What was your introduction into this industry from Redbox to, RevenueAds?
Yeah, so I grew up with Matt and Brandon Stowe, and they Matt at a young age, the owner of RevenueAds, he started an incent-based website at his parents' house at the age of like 14. So we all kind of grew up together. We had different websites that we'd all kind of play around with, put videos out there, way back in the early 2000s. And, he started to figure out, hey, I can monetize this website, because we were paying for hosting at that time at like 14, 15 years old. And, he started to find these networks that would allow him to place a banner on our sites and help cover the cost of hosting. Because at that time we're asking our parents, hey, can we have $12 a month to pay for this? And so from there, we kind of went our separate ways as we got into our late teens, and like most do. And when I was working for Redbox, he came back and said, hey, I've got this great opportunity. We started an incent network. I want to move towards non-incent, which is the way the industry was heading. Him and I would kind of talk about just the different things that he was doing at the time. And he said, I want you to come back and help me start this network. So at that time, we're in a small office, just a small desk, and it was just kind of the vision of what he felt like things were heading towards. And, after we'd had several conversations, I felt like it was something I wanted to be a part of. And, we jumped in on it and started to grow it from there.
So were you the VP of Operations when you got started, or what was your starting role at the company?
So, yeah, I started out as an affiliate manager, but really kind of doing a little bit of everything, because this was just the ground floor of RevenueAds at that time. We had the history with Incent Reward and some of those publishers, but the industry was really moving away from anything incent based, just getting more focused on, traditional advertising, that sort of thing. And so that became, my role was just kind of handling everything. My title was affiliate manager at the time, but it was a little bit of everything.
Cool. So let's pretend I know nothing about RevenueAds. What would our affiliate audience want to know about your company? What do you guys specialize in? And what are you looking for when it comes to new affiliates?
So somebody that's just getting into the affiliate space, as far as what we do, just a broad overview. RevenueAds itself, our core business, matches potential advertisers with affiliates, people that have traffic sources or looking to buy media and turn that into revenue. That's kind of our core business. The last, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 years, we've really shifted gears into owning a lot of our own brands and products. We just felt like that's the direction of things, and it just gave us a chance to really increase our reach and do more things. And now I would say anybody looking to work with us, if you're working in specific verticals or you're looking for a network that owns some of their own offers, that would probably be the thing I would use to summarize us.
Cool. So, we see you're working from your home office right now, as I'm sure a lot of people are watching this. Where do you see this industry heading over the next few years? Certain things that might make it more difficult on affiliates or affiliate networks for that matter, and maybe some tips or tricks you would recommend in terms of how to keep up with what you think will be the changing trends in this industry?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something a lot of people always ask. Kind of, what's going to happen next, and that's something we think about a lot and ponder on as a company. Where are things headed? And for us, it's kind of shifted towards removal of like a lot of middlemen. So like an affiliate network, that's kind of the basis of what you are, is a brokerage that helps advertisers and publishers work together to create revenue. And we've seen that start to kind of change into more of you owning your own offers and more removal, and everybody wants to be closer to the source. And at the end of the day, it's a good thing, and it makes sense because that's where the highest amount of revenue potential is being able to get as close to the source as possible, being able to work with people that can give you the quickest feedback, and to be able to do those things. So that's where I think it's really headed. Affiliates are they have to get smarter. Affiliate networks have to be smarter. Everybody's understanding how the space works better and what areas you need to be in. And then just as far as some of the specifics, I mean, we're seeing a lot of things. When we first started, desktop was a dominant, the dominant platform, and that's evolved into mobile. Things like we're doing now, video is becoming increasingly larger channel just because the technology's improved and people are now watching that on their smart devices. And from the affiliate side, it's not as simple maybe anymore as just setting up a banner and taking a margin. It's more in depth and having the right resources in place and being able to make the right contacts and build it like a business, which I think is good for everybody. At the end of the day, it's becoming more of a stable business environment.
I know you briefly mentioned this just a little bit ago, but to ask more directly, what would be the best advice you would give to a new affiliate just getting started in this space? Maybe some things you learned as an affiliate manager yourself, but what would you tell them, in particular, things they should focus on if they're brand new and just getting started?
Yeah, one of the things I like to tell, especially our new affiliate managers that we bring on, in this business, you have to view things as a speed bump. You're going to have a lot of things that come at you, a lot of challenges that you'll have to overcome, but don't view it as a roadblock. View it as something that you can get over. You can figure out how to get around it, and you can keep going and persevere. I think that's the best advice, I could give. Whenever we see real success on our end, it's because we saw something come to us as a challenge, and we didn't give up at that point. We said, okay, well, how do we deal with this? How do we work around it? And how do we keep going? And that's really where we find the true success is after that, perseverance through all those challenges.
So if you are a new affiliate specifically, you would just recommend get ready for some bumps along the way and just keep pushing through?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend, don't get caught up in, some of the videos out there with people making quick money and fast money. Be prepared to work at it and be prepared to, deal with some challenges. And when it isn't as easy as maybe it looks, just push through that and stick with it, because that's when you're going to see that you have, the real success. And that's where the best experience is gained. You'll get that knowledge and you'll know better the next time you have something like that arise. You can quickly pivot or do what you need to do. So yeah, for somebody getting started, just stick with it. Keep pushing. You're going to have some challenges, but the worst thing you could do is give up. So just keep going.
Yeah. To revisit what you said earlier, again, you started as an affiliate manager. So I'm really curious, to get your take on this next one. When you guys get new affiliate applications coming into the program for RevenueAds, what are some specific qualities you look for in those new signups that, in your eyes, will help get them approved into your program? Like anything specifically you look for, or any red flags that jump out to you where you're like, nope, staying away from that?
Yeah, we get a lot of signups, and one of the first challenges we had to understand in this business was there are a lot of affiliates that deal with low quality traffic or even fraud. So initially, we had to figure out how we remove and identify those types of publishers, and so once we were able to segment that and remove those, we started to really look, okay, now who's coming through, and for us, it's one of those things. It's our business, and we have to make sure we're using our time in the best way. And as we're helping with the relationships that we're bringing onto our network, who's really focused, who's really driven. What are they? Do they have a key area? Is it somebody that comes to us and says, I don't really know what I want to do. It's all over the place. We're looking for somebody that has a clear direction. And it could still be broad. It could be, maybe I'm working with Facebook ads. I know how to buy Facebook traffic. So it doesn't necessarily have to be one specific offer or specific vertical, but they know what they want to do. They've done some research, they're prepared, and they're ready to go. Those are the people that we can really, have the best success with, help the most, and get to where they need to go, where we need to be as a company too.
Cool. Staying on the topic of affiliates, how do affiliates make money with revenue ads? And feel free to go into detail here, but kind of walk us through the step-by-step process. They get accepted, they join the affiliate program. How do they actually start generating their own income working with you guys?
Yeah, so just from a basic level, they would come to our network, they would sign up, go through the application process. We've got some questions that we've optimized over time to really help us find those people that are driven and the ones that have a focus. And then once they get into our network, they would start to have a conversation with the affiliate manager, start to look at what offers may be a best fit for what they're doing. And then we would pair those two, and they would start to promote those brands or those sites through the different traffic sources that they have. And they would start to earn a commission from that point. And some of our most successful affiliates, like I said, they've really got their traffic channel figured out, or their vertical figured out, and they know how to maximize those and to really scale those channels. So that's how you would get in with us, how you get started, get off the ground, and start to really make revenue at that point.
Cool. How do you define the concept of success in your eyes? What does it mean to be successful?
So for me, I would say it's about the effort you put into something. Is it something you can walk away from at the end of the day and say, I gave my best to this. I did everything I could. So that to me is how I would define it. There's a lot of different ways you could look at success, and from a business standpoint, I would just say it's doing everything you felt like you could in that situation to make it successful. And I think that whether it worked or it didn't work, to me, you were successful in what you're trying to do.
Cool. Do you have a specific failure that you remember in your life where you look back and you're actually really happy that you went through it because it taught you, a lot about taking a failure and turning it into a learning experience?
Yeah, on the business side of things, we at one time tried to launch a credit score, credit report type offer, and when we launched that offer, we ran into challenges, and at the end of the day, we weren't able to make it a success. Things changed, things evolved, but we learned so much from that being a failure on how to set it up, how to work with different buyers, how it should be structured, how you optimize, how you find profitability. All those lessons along the way really helped us in our next endeavors. So just all those things we're able to gain really helped us out.
Awesome. What's one of the best investments you've ever made, whether it's a physical product that increased your efficiency at work, or maybe a change in the way you think and approach life, but something our viewers might be able to take and apply to their own day-to-day? What's a really good investment that you made for yourself?
So this is more personal, maybe than business, but a couple of years ago, my wife and I we went bed shopping, right? So we're looking for a good bed. And I spent a little more money than maybe I normally would have. Because we laid on it as like, it's awesome. This is amazing. This is the one we got to have. Right.
Yeah, and it's a bed. Like, you're on it every
Yeah.
single night. Like, if you're gonna splurge, like, do it on something that you're using like all the time. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So that was what we went with. And I was like, at the end of the day, a good night's sleep is more valuable than anything to me. With the business
Right.
we're in, it can be stressful. You're available all the time. And if you're not clearing your headspace every now and then and able to get a good night's rest. So for me, that was one of the best investments we made was, a nice, comfortable bed, just getting on that, or like Tom Brady method of good sleep, eating right, those investments and in your personal health, I think, help you in every other area, in my view,
So when you're not shopping for beds in your free time, what do you actually like to do for fun when you're not working? We've shot the shit over the years about sports. I know you're a big Thunder guy, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a
Yeah.
big Cavs guy. We both had our glory days behind us, I think we can say at this point. But I know watching sports is something you really enjoy, but what else do you like to do when you're not working?
Yeah, so family time is important, and I have two small daughters. They're 5 and 3 now, so getting to spend time with them and see them grow up has been awesome. That's super rewarding. I just here recently over the break, one of the cool things I was able to do was teach my 5-year-old daughter how to ride a bike. So that's been one of the great things about being at home more. We've been able to practice that, do that. So spending time with family is key. And like you said, I love sports. It's been rough here lately. As we're all having to get by without any sports. Super thankful that we're able to work from home and we're healthy and all that. But there are some things that you miss like that. Like sports and stuff like that, and basketball. And like you said, big Thunder fan. We've had our ups and downs, like you said.
Yeah, I remember we used to be like, "I'll see you in the finals, dude." And
yeah.
never worked out that way, but that would have
Yeah,
been
we're not.
cool.
It's been impressive what Sam Presti, our general manager, has been able to pull off, losing some of the huge pieces we've lost. But yeah, we're not sniffing the finals anytime soon, I don't think.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. What would be some advice you would give to a young adult getting ready to enter the real world? Maybe things you learned personally as a young adult. I know for myself, I was very focused on certain things. Now I look back and I'm like, what were you doing worrying about that stuff? Like, what would you tell them getting ready to come into the real world?
Yeah, I mean, my advice would be along those same lines. You don't have to follow the roadmap that everybody else says you need to follow. Be prepared to, take a chance. If you're young and, there's high risk, high reward there. And if you feel like you've got an idea or a dream, I would definitely say pursue that at the fullest. Because I think that everybody tries to fit you into this roadmap that everybody says you should follow. And at the end of the day, there's so many people, especially in our industry, that have a ton of success that their method and how they got there was completely unorthodox from the way everyone might think it should be. So that would be my advice. Just, you've got that dream or you have a vision, definitely pursue that to the fullest, especially while you're young and you've got time to get those things figured out. I don't think there could be any better way to learn than that,
I know you mentioned earlier affiliates should stay away from offers that give you the idea like, hey, come here and make a quick buck. But, to play off of that, are there any other like recommendations you hear being given or that you see in the industry that you disagree with and you would, like we just talked about, tell affiliates to be careful of outside of the quick buck stuff, maybe something more specific?
Yeah, like on a specific level, I would say as I grow my relationships with affiliates and we talk and we get more comfortable with each other, I would say one thing that's key is to pay attention to compliance, to make sure you're always doing things correctly in the way it should be done. Just because I've seen over the years people have issues from not thinking, hey, I can squeeze in here and make a quick buck this way. if I get more aggressive on this, it could lead to higher revenue. And we all know that with advertising, it's all about, how much you can push it. But I would say there are definitely certain parameters that you need to stay within, because you can get into, get yourself in a lot of trouble that you don't want to be dealing with. It just makes, it puts all the time and effort you put into it to waste when you're having to sort some sort of issue out. So I would just say, keep focused on, doing things the right way and in a good way.
Play by the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
What's one of the biggest regrets that you consider to be a really big regret? If you could go back and change it, maybe you used it as a learning experience like we already talked about, but is there a moment in your life that kind of sticks out like that?
I would say just when we first started, we weren't really focused on maybe the people or the team that we had around us and within our company. And I think now we've really realized, probably in the last 7 to 8 years, how important it is to develop a quality team, to have good people around you, to have motivated people, to have people that are focused and all sharing the same goal. And we've really invested into that, making our office a great environment, a positive environment. So I wish that we had started that earlier, doing some of those things and really making sure that we spent more time on just the people we had around us and the team we had around us, because it's just so key to success, I think.
On the flip side, what would be one of your favorite achievements thus far in your life, whether it's personal, business, maybe one of each? What's something you're really proud of?
Yeah, I would say on the business side, I would say it's just, starting RevenueAds and growing it and taking it from, something that wasn't generating any revenue at the time. It was this idea that we had that we wanted to grow, and turning that into a business that year over year has increased. We've been on the Inc. 5000. We've done, we've hired people, the relationships that have come from it, not only from our employees, but, just affiliates and advertisers that we've met over the years. And, having done that for a long time and meeting those people and them becoming a part of my life and, my family's life, even to some level, that's been, really great to be a part of and enjoyable to see get cultivated, So.
Well, Dylan, you've been a fantastic guest on the Affiliate Marketing Show. I'd love to have you back anytime. Thank you for sharing all these great insights with our viewers and myself. Before we let you go, I'd like to play a quick little game I like to call the OfferVault Hot Seat. Here's how it works. We're going to ask you a series of 5 would you rather questions not related to affiliate marketing at all, just to put you on the hot seat and see how you react as Dylan, the human being. Sound good?
Oh, I'm ready, I guess.
All right. They're going to get a little harder as we go. Let's start with question number 1. Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck?
I'd go giraffe neck. Yeah.
Any reason why?
I don't know. It just seems like it'd be nice to be able to reach up and grab things with your neck. I don't know,
just kind of see over the horizon.
Yeah, see over everything. Have that height. Height is always a valuable thing. So yeah, I think I'd go with the giraffe. Yeah.
All right. Question 2: would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
I don't know. I would say I'd prefer to fulfill my biggest wish. Yeah, I think that would be, I feel like regrets are there to teach us something. So, I would go with my wish on that one.
I would have to agree. Question 3, would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
Finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
There's really there's no good answer. It's really
I don't know. I don't know which one I want to go on that one. Yeah.
It's really shitty either way, but we are going to need an answer. That's part of the game.
Yeah. I think I'd go with the finger-sized nipples. I think that's what I'd go with. Yeah, I don't know, small hands,
small, like nipple-sized fingers. You might as well just have no hands at that point. I would rather go with the finger-sized nipples as well. Maybe just kind of tape them down and
there's things you can do. Always, yeah.
All right, question 4: would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
Oh man. I think
I'd
probably go with dirty underwear. Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. I think the toothbrush that's next level dirty. And I didn't specify how dirty the underwear is.
That was going to be my follow-up question.
I guess I could have made it harder with specifics, but we'll let you pass on this. All right, last question of the OfferVault hot seat. You're doing great. Would you rather eat a whole jar of mayonnaise or an entire tub of butter?
That's rough. I think I'd go with the butter.
Any reason?
I feel like I couldn't get through the mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise, but I think the mayonnaise would actually be easier to power through than the butter, just based off of consistency alone.
Yeah, that's true. The texture and stuff, you can maybe just gulp it down or something. Yeah.
That is hashtag analysis from Dylan. Dylan, thank you so much for being on the OfferVault hot seat. And once again, the Affiliate Marketing Show. Before we wrap this up, I'd love to give you the floor. This is your time to tell our viewers any last thoughts or information about RevenueAds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would just say, to anybody watching, feel free to reach out to myself or any member of the RevenueAds team and get in contact if you're looking to increase your affiliate business or your advertising business. We're always working with new people, new clients. And that's what this business is about, evolving. So feel free at any time to reach out to us and strike a conversation, no matter how big or small that may be. We'd love to hear from you.
For Dylan from RevenueAds and myself, Josh from OfferVault, let's make that paper. Let's make that dough. This was the Affiliate Marketing Show. We'll see you next time, everybody.